Sergio Studios. Extra.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Sergio Dominguez with another Sergio Show Art Look Through. This time for season 20! And a little bit of episode 200, but we'll get to season 20 first. Alright, let's take a look at this baby! Here's like the various dates, production end dates. Okay. Yep, so there was going to be a bowling episode. The bowling episode was an episode long time coming. I even had a script for it, but I ended up scrapping it and going with a completely different direction. So there was a point where I was like, okay, let's do the bowling episode. So I drew this. Now this is a clock building tower for a Halloween episode that was completed and set for season 20. But when I rescheduled the episodes for earlier in 2020, instead of it coming out in October, I realized, oh, great, the Halloween episode cannot come out in the summer, the way that I was rescheduling it. So it had to be pushed for season 21, because that's when I can upload that episode at that time. So yeah, you'll see a couple of drawings for an episode that's actually for, it would ultimately be for season 21, but it was at the point for season 20. So yeah, for that episode, here's my list of ideas and jokes. Some of them, the ones I crossed out are the ones that I did, but I was like done. Okay, like did this. And some of them with an X is like I didn't even do. Ooh, I didn't want to go to space, but I did want to like try to, you know? So I did do a couple of jokes. And wrote them down too. Me. 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 Okay, now to bring that up. Those drawings of me are from the bottle episode where all the different kinds of bottle Sergios throughout that era of the show come together to open this jar. And one of them was from, earlier in that era where there was just sketchbook drawing Sergio. So that was it. That was why those drawings existed. This is from the space station for me going to space episode. I wanted to draw space station, and the various pieces, part of the logo and all that good stuff. The interior was fun. These are like the decorations for inside the space station museum area thing. Also another decoration. The desk. Now this is a experienced astronaut employee of that area. And that's the thing with these characters, is just sometimes the characters I make for the show are drawings that are scanned in and rigged, but a lot simpler. And some of them are this rig that I have of this blank character, and I would just add cartoony features. And that would also be the show. So those are the two kinds of characters that are set up for the show. It always depends how much movement they need and how animated they should be. Sometimes it always depends on me, of course. It's my show, my universe, what kinds of cartoons. Since the show has random kinds of cartoons, it kind of doesn't matter whether I use this kind of style of designing and setting up the characters or another style. So this is a case. This is a fake suit, because if I can't go there, then I'll just do a special effect while I am there. And I would put my puppet head here. A rocket ship with no money made out of cardboard boxes and tape. The moment everybody's been waiting for. The button! I like this episode. It's a simple episode, but that joke of the button and just, the whole idea of when your show lasts as long as I have, you're like, clip show? Clip show? Clip show? So I'm just like that. The whole idea of the episode was just, will I press it? This one. I love this one. Like I said, the button! I love that joke so much that I think I just made its own clip and put it online. Because I think it is really funny, the way I performed it and the way it was animated. I still didn't have it, a Cintiq tablet. Had a regular tiny tablet. But to get the hand-drawn look that I want, I just did, like this. Everything in separate features and put them into Doom separately. There is a time-lapse on how I did this, if you want to check that out. Because I knew that was going to be a special scene to work on. So I did, time-lapse that. Me animating this. But even though it's a simple episode, I wanted to still be super cartoony since it's based on also an episode that I like of a certain animated show. It involves crazy animation and a button. With this one, it was like, I'm not going to touch the button. Although, and this eye would just be boing. And it came together surprisingly good because I was like, okay, it'd squash and stretch and hopefully when I put this together it'll look good. And it did. I was very surprised. I recommend the episode just for stuff like this. Very well done. There's also another one where it was still, I don't think I spoke or animated that much, but there was a special effect where the button was going to be within the eyes. That whole thing of the reflection of what the character wants through the glasses. So that was a simple one too. There was this cut to this. So this was a key pose. Those are the smears to get to them. It's a way to make it look zippy, but even then, in between frames, I wanted it to be funny animated. But it was still also limited. It was only 4 drawings and it made the character move. Again, with that, blur. And sometimes I do want to draw this head separately because I don't know how big I want the head compared to the thing, to the torso. And sometimes there's no space in the sketchbook. Sometimes I would have to do it separately just because of the space in the sketchbook. I want to use as much parts of the sketchbook as possible. So I'm like, I can't draw the head here. This is in the way, so let me draw it here. So that does happen when I do this kind of process. So we have this one, and I am just in tears. I'm like, the button. Oh, this is the torso breathing because the front view of it breathing, I wanted to just, how do I do this? Well, obviously when you breathe with a big pot belly like mine, this shrinks and obviously this grows. So that's what I was doing within 4 frames. I was surprised it came out that well. It was maybe turning my head up and just yelling into the heavens. Yeah, that episode had a lot of drawings for a simple plot. Yes. Oh, clowns. An episode where I was a clown because I do like clowns. So it would be funny if I was a clown. I discussed the pop culture of clowns. And this is supposed to be a montage of me being a funny clown. So yeah, hey. These X's mean, I did this joke, animate this is animated. So that worked. In this case, there was going to be a lot of different kinds of clowns. Some of them obviously inspired parody pop culture. So if you can see, you might understand. But yeah, in this case, it's like I want a bunch of different clowns, but I don't have that much time to really design a clown from like the neck down, or yeah, the head down, of course. So it was just like this. So I drew the heads, and the bodies had to be simple with a couple different body types, and I would just differentiate them by altering them a little bit or adding some color, colorful, funny clowns. Well, this was an interesting one because I was trying to figure out how to make a little toy car like go in circles with my head in and everything. Remember how that was a little bit difficult. But I figured it out. Obviously with perspective, front view, the side view was probably a little bit tough. That's also like part of my neck popping out. So a little bit tough, but I figured it out. Yeah, with this is like I just have to put the head in. So the rest would just be this very nice drawing of like me. I was trying to do a joke where I was gonna make a balloon animal tied into not the balloon, but I ended up tying my own arms. It actually looks well drawn. Yeah, it looks really nice. There's a part where I do a monologue, and this is visuals for the monologue. Yeah, I didn't fit this, so I just did it more digitally. Another montage, but me gathering up the clowns. I'm sending in the clowns. And me just going, okay, this thing's done, done. One clown was going to be in here. This sewer drainage thing. From a certain fast food place. Somebody turning 85. So, yeah. This had something to do with clowns too, of course. Yeah, clowns and golf. Oh yeah, clowns and dunk tank if you don't know in fairs. I think, oh yeah, this is supposed to be a cape. Because there's one like clown that's a type of a comic book villain. And I just fly in with a clown cape. That's a parody of something. But I did want to draw still a couple clowns from the head down, but they wouldn't do much. These were very static. I was like, oh, let me just draw ones from the head down and just keep it like that. And I liked it. Also, I do realize I need to add more female clowns, so I drew a couple female clowns. A couple more, I'm like, 2's not enough. 3! Yeah, I wanted to do one that was like full colored and scan it completely as an image file and put it into Toon Boom for one scene, that monologue about clowns. So this is cute. Sometimes I draw and illustrate and animate these things so quick, sometimes I forget how good these are, these drawings. Yeah, the drawings even though I drew them really fast, they do look kind of refined. A lot more refined than I expected. This was like a year ago. Yeah, less than a year ago. About a year ago. See another one. Different kinds of clowns popping up during the monologue. Hey. I think this U is for something else, but I don't want to bring that up yet. Or maybe I do, but I like this drawing of me just like pointing down going, you! Me? You. Me focus on bowling, like, this was for an episode where I go inside my own psyche to understand the value of realism in drawing. Originally, it was going to be so much more elaborate. Like I was going to meditate and like more intensely, and it was going to last longer. But the episode got more and more reduced. But Yeah, here's another example. I think it was just concept drawing on this one. Same thing with this. I thought of this like drawing and pose of me pointing down, going, "You, you." But that's just another concept drawing for that. I wanted the legs to be like stretched out, dynamic. A final drawing of the bowling alley, compared to the early concept. I had to draw some extra props for bowling. Obviously, the shelf, bowling ball, the place where the balls come in, and that pin, just a pin. That's a sketch of something for something, and I don't remember what. I was thinking about like me looking at a pencil and going, ah. But like this one. This is a good, fun sketch. Ah. Pencil. Ha. Pencil. Another idea of me meditating to understand the value of drawing. Now, yeah, I think this is me laying down, but it's pointed up. And me, rough drawing of me inside my own mind, kind of, psyche. But that's the best I can, not the best, but again, rough concept doodles. Yeah, so I did want to at least draw myself in a position, but not completely in this case. So with this, I sat in that meditation, like, legs position, but just that, and I would put the puppet arms and puppet head here, and one shot where it's just my arm holding a paper properly. So there's that. So this moment here, there's a part where I do meditate enough, where I do go into my own mind. And that's like a little animation cycle of me just flopping around with effects later edited in post. And that is actually different mouths because I didn't like this mouth. I wanted to be more. I think I was like, no, not it. I think it was like something like this or something like this. Oh, you know, oh. This here is I took some colored pencils and did this because I wanted a textured background for that scene where I'm inside my own mind. Inside part of my mind, I'm like, okay, I gotta simplify it, but yet still make it look nice. So the background was like this, colored pencil with different colors pencil sketches. Scan it in, add some animation boiling effect to have a more mindish kind of look. And yeah. This was deleted. I drew this. It was going to be animated in, but this is cut. There's supposed to be like little floaty things floating inside my mind, but this was axed. Like this abstract shape morphing around originally. But this is artwork that didn't make it in. Ooh, another rough concept drawing of me bowling. You already saw the finalized look. This is another like thumbnail sketches storyboard what the montage of me bowling would be with my friends. Yeah. Yes, this joke. I like this joke too. And I wanted to do a hand-drawn pose of me, pointing down saying, "You!" Like like what I've shown you throughout this video, the couple of sketches. But when I animated it, I was like, let me do a puppet pose because it's not good for that shot. Me and Neil, these random cartoons. Yeah, this is a nice shot. And I going, oh! Me with the bowling ball going through the pins. That's a rough drawing of me bowling ball. I think this is supposed to resemble how many pages I have left in this sketchbook. I had 26 or so pages left. But yeah, it would be a bowling ball. So if you do see numbers here, that's just saying how many pages I've left. Bowling lane. Bowling lane. Just one triangle, just have to copy and paste. These are the bowling alley like seats, but through like either a front view, like a front view, or maybe an overtop view, but from that angle. Had a couch-like look to it, Rough drawing of what the lanes could look like, but I didn't really finish it because I was like, ugh, while drawing it out. One blob cartoon character playing bowling. That's cute. The other cartoon characters too. In the montage, there's also a cartoon bowling ball that was like, play with me. You want? Okay, I see how it is. The bowling seats for these characters. Nachos! Bowling nachos! Yum! Oh, that was fun. That was fun to animate me eating a bunch of nachos. Yum. The bowling merchandise. This was well done. Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I would go to the bowling alley and have a good time. I don't miss stuff like that these days. Whatever, decade we live in now. Okay. Trophy, bowling gloves, 2 bowling balls. Oh, yeah, I remember when I was young. A picture of a bowling pin. Ooh. And a reg. Ooh. Hoo-hoo. But this one, I wanted to be a drawing of me, so I was drawing a couple of different kinds. Like, ah! Very nice. Very nice. Final version of me as a bowling ball. Also, when I was doing the scene where I was trying to channel my energy, I wanted the lighting to mess up. So when I cut to a lamp, I wanted it to be a bowling pin lamp. Those bowling monitors. Classic. Oh, a nice scene of me eating nachos! Nachos! Yeah. That was cute. I didn't expect to animate that well, but sometimes it does work, and I had to use my imagination, and if anything wrong, I could fix it into Womb, so I had no problem. Oh, I know. This is a rough drawing of me setting up episode 199. Episode 199 was originally going to be episode 149, where it was going to be a prequel to the very first episode of the show. And that whole episode took place 1 week before the first episode of the show came out. That's what I was trying to do. A 1 week prequel to episode 1 of the show. To really build up and give the character depth and see what life was like over a decade ago and see how far we've come. So, yeah, this is really a setup where he woke up, 2008 Sergio walking by, this desk that's supposed to be the desk for the first episode of the show, first season. And this is foreshadowing things that would be old promotion for the show, an outline of what the show first episode was going to be, and the calendar a week before the episode came out or was made, 15 pages left. A nice rough concept drawing of me meeting Juan, in that day, 1 week before the episode came out. what is this? Season 20? Oh yeah, like what I've mentioned before in the video, summarize everything to have it be, episode season 20 altogether, even though that would be rescheduled, Halloween one. But yeah, I think I was done with season 20 at this point. Actually, I was only done from episode 191 to 199 because episode 200 was going to have its own art of sketchbook, which I'm going to show to you right now. But first, let me just show you this. Yep, summary of this. At that point, I was like almost there to that milestone. I think everything else is rough drawings. Rough, fun concept drawings. If only, right? If only. Pilot, whoop. 100th episode, whoop. 200th episode, oh. Me just like running, I guess. Oh, nice, like rough. It's like a prequel bottle episode, not clip show. Realism, just summarized right here. Just like how so much is coming at me right now for season 20. I enjoyed season 20. Another milestone episode. Yeah, I was very excited when I was getting to that episode. Hopefully it'll be amazing. Milestone coming soon. Milestone coming soon. Hopefully it will be amazing. Time to get ready. I don't know what else to say in this page. Yeah, really trying to finish this sketchbook. Ooh, episode 189 in front, but what's there? Episode 200. Oh my god. Ooh. More to come in the 200th episode. This is an outline for episode. Here we go. Hold on. This is interesting. Okay. So like I said before, episode 198 was going to be the Halloween special. But because when I was changing some scheduling around, the Halloween episode couldn't come out at that point. So I had to reschedule it, put it in season 21. So episode 198 was wide open. And also at the time, episode 200 was not done. It was worked on. It was close to finishing, but it was on hold until I was waiting for something before I can complete it. So, yeah. So, within a day, I had to make a completely new episode for 198 from scratch. So, here's an outline for the final version of 198, which was me dramatically trying to think of drawing something. So, that's why it felt rushed and put together, because I was like, come on! Because I started working on season 20 all the way back in October of 2019, and it didn't finish until April of 2020. So there were a lot of things in the way, but I was preparing myself, and yeah, a lot of crazy stuff was happening at the time. But yeah, that was what happened. A lot of these ideas, some of them didn't go through, but the ones that aren't read, I did. While I was finishing season 20, I did have a Wacom Cintiq, but I said to myself, okay, I have this, I love this Cintiq, but I do not want to use it for an episode of the show. The first time I want to use this Cintiq for production of the show, it's going to be episode 200. So when I got this, season 20 wasn't done. I didn't even start episode 200 yet. So when I got to episode 198, I was like, I'm not going to do the Cintiq. I had the Cintiq. I could have made an episode. This episode 198 was Cintiq, but I was like, no. Episode 200 will be the first complete use of the episode using the Cintiq for production. So focus on that. But during production, it wasn't done. 200 and 198 I got to work on now and quick. So it was interesting because I could have finished 198 with Cintiq, but I didn't. So I did rely on the previous method while having a Cintiq in this case. So here, just rough visuals, curtain open, production desk, without the Sergio show desk. One of the rooms I had. It's fine. I wanted to use one of the rooms for something, so that's nice. Me falling over. I had to really make this episode work. Once I have the curtain, since I can just duplicate it and it will be a nice opening curtain effect, so that really worked. I was surprised how well done it was. I was surprised I put an episode like that together real quick. And the artwork of the artwork. Everything everybody was looking for. And it is a line! Animator's bar. Get it? Also art materials. Obviously a cup with drawing materials, color pencils, crayons. I could have drawn this on the Cintiq, but I was like, no. I want it to be 200 start and beginning in order, so that had to be held off. But still, I was like, I gotta do this quick, but I gotta still add some drawing elements. So it's like, wonk. Still add some like starry effects of me thinking and some power and stuff. Cartoon thought bubble. Me bang my head. And there we go. That is it for the artwork from season 20 and a little bit of 21 if you count the Halloween episode, which in this case I will. Yeah, it looks like in this case I needed more paper, so I did add some more paper into the sketchbook and put it in the spine. Alright, that is season 20 art look through of the Sergio show. Now, let's get to the 200th episode! After seeing the record time on this, I was like, should I push it to its own video? But like, nah. I just looked over these drawings. It's enough for a little moment. But yes, episode 200. Let's take a look. Whenever I get to a milestone episode, believe it or not, now I can say this. When I got to episode 100, or about to work on it, I was like, I'm going to draw some promotional art for it. Like I did with the first episode and certain episodes. So that's what I got to 200. I did some of that. Yeah, I started like early production, rough idea production, January of 2020, and ultimately finally ended on the 4th of 2020. So yeah, just did some rough production images and promotional art for 200. I didn't like how I drew that too, but oof. I don't even know if I can show you this. Oh yes, you know what? Yeah, this outline. Yeah, no, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Because here's the thing about episode 200. I had different ideas and different ways to approach episode 200 because I don't know if you know this, but episode 100 was such a hassle to make. And it was such a big problem for me back in 2013 because it was going to be such a big episode. So big. It was more that I could. I bit off what more that I can chew with episode 100. And by the end of it, after like so many months of me dealing with just one big episode, I was like, look, when I get to my next milestone, whenever that may be, I got to be more careful and a little bit leaner with it. So, episode 200, I try to be sure that there wouldn't be any mistakes made, and I get to put time in the episode, but not too much time because it was an insane time with episode 100. So, episode 200 was lessons learned. So this was originally the outline for the 200th episode, but there was so much going on, and it was starting to become a little bit too big that I ended up having to change some things. So this is the original outline for the episode. But I wanted episode 200 since I brought up so many Sergios throughout this era of the show. That all the Sergios would, unite and see each other and have a good time. So that was the idea at least. That's first and foremost I want out of the milestone to have that era of those Sergios come together and have a good time. So that's the idea. Rough concept. There was going to be an opening scene, a rough drawing of an opening scene that never made it to the final cut. It was just stuck to a concept stage. This is a better promotional rough art of episode 200. I want to say that I've shown you this, actually, maybe in the live stream, but I don't remember at this recording. Yeah, this was also a rough concept. I was going to do a song parody of a certain song. I don't want to say what it is, but I'm going to hint that the number 200 was in it. The number 200 was in this song. And if any of you seen the original 100 episode, you kind of can put the clues together. But and even though visual look, you might even know what I'm talking about. But no, I was like, no song parody. Still not going to do it. But it was fun trying to just get that idea out. Also part of an opening number that I didn't really do yet. But I want to do one where my pose is like, Ooh, again with the U. A rough drawing of evil Sergio going, you. And I like it. I like how it was drawn. I was going to maybe hand draw this, but I was like, no, let me just use a special effect and perspective with a puppet final clip. So that's how it looked like that in the final cut. But I want my pose, me going me, to look like that. So, me? I drew it again just in case because I want big eyes and mouth out here and the hands looking like little oven mitt flippers. Oven mitt flippers, a little bit more like that. Like me. So I'm glad it came out really well when I hand drew animate that in the Wacom tablet, since it's wanted to be the first episode to have it be drawn and animate certain parts in the tablet. Another outline. So yeah, drawing, running, solving a puzzle, that didn't make it. But yeah, obviously the ones in red, they were check marked because they were done. But, solving a puzzle didn't make it. So the montage of outline, checklist. And I drew it out just to get it visual in my head. Out on paper at least. Ooh, me playing poker. I like poker. I don't bring it up too much on the show, but I do enjoy playing poker. Obviously, have a montage of things I like and what I do and the thing, since it is a bunch of me's all together. Me at the animator's bar, but I think I changed it to something else visually. Me balancing myself. Sometimes I don't want to draw these. I just circle them and say what kind of Sergio it is. But I like how that looks too. Me taking a nap with the other Sergios. That's cute. Got a cuties. Me eating. Trying to organize what Sergio goes where. Yeah, rough drawing of Funville. Little storyboard thumbnail sketches of what each Sergio was going to do in Funville. That looks good. I got the idea across. I don't know if you did. This didn't make it again. Puzzle. Because the montage was already like filling up, so I didn't need that. There's a part where, Dinosaur Sergio runs, and I never animate him running, so I did have to draw a couple of poses to see what would look like a Dinosaur Sergio running, and it helped me with the final result. This will be a visual of like him in Evil Toon City, Sergio and Evil Toon City. These are all rough drawings. Rough concept drawings. Again, some more rough cartoon concept drawings. So this one. Yeah, so with Evil Toon City design, I wanted the sky to be textured and still be evilish. So I just got a red color pencil, and color the whole thing in, scan it, and that's the background for Evil Toon City from that point on. So yeah, this is the background. The sky background color design texture of Evil Toon City. You can see some outlines buried into. And I mixed it with this one, I just realized. Because I didn't want, apparently, I'm trying to remember, but I guess I did this, scan this, put them together in Photoshop, and it looked more like that. So it'd have a more textured, detailed look to it. There's some rough paper drawings of the buildings, but I think I also drew some digitally in the tablet, since I had the tablet Cintiq. Another Evil Toon City building. Let me go back on this real quick. Yeah, this was like fire, so I think this was boiling, if you can check it out. The final animation on that. Welcome to Evil Toon City. Designing Evil Toon City was fun, as you can see with the buildings. The road, that's part of the city. Since you saw the sky, this is the buildings, but here's the road where the buildings will be placed in. And the textured ground. I love this joke. They were running, but then they come to like a dead end for dumbasses. Oh, okay, so while I was in the middle of making the episode, I was kind of done, but I still had some time. So I added an extra scene to it. And I liked the extra scene that I added while I was working on it. And that was Evil Sergio has a chance and he goes through dimensions. So there's a part where Evil Sergio jumps in with the other Sergios. Poof. They go to the first episode. They go to another episode. And then they go to another episode through the travel mishap thing. That extra scene. First episode and live action. Live action segment of me. There's a part where I draw. Well, that appears, but with this case, it wasn't stop motion. I was like, let me think of something else. Reboot Me. That was kind of the middle of all that too, so I thought that would work. And then, me current at the time, like drawing, then interrupted, then keep drawing. And that's just like a rough concept of like how all the Sergios and one extra character in this big ball over here. So that worked. Oh, I need a front view for that wall, so that's why it looked like that. Boy, this is still not final, but this is like a more rough setup of all that. Me with the evil Sergio and the other Sergios and the chaos of it all. Pawn here. Yeah. And is this the last page? Yes, it is. Here's the last page. I think at that point I was done with production. I had one page left, but I think there was extra pages and they went somewhere else. And I think at that point I just moved them. But here it is. One more promotional production art for the Sergio Show 200th episode. That's very cute. Very well done. Well, just very well done in a rough art drawing way, you know? Yeah. Well, that is the art tour of both Season 20 and the 200th episode of The Sergio Show. Wow, there was a lot of drawings to go through, and that's great. Season 20, like a lot of the seasons, but this one had a lot of art to it. Because, you know, these were big episodes. One episode had to be redone and pushed aside. And episode 200 obviously had a lot of artwork on its own. So, there you go. And that was a fun look through. That was a very fun look through. I'm surprised how well done the drawings are sometimes. Because I draw these things really fast because I enjoy making the show really fast. And going back in the artwork and seeing, it's actually not that bad. But, you know, a lot of it does take a lot of practice and just doing. And learning from your mistakes and all that good stuff. So I had a good time. I hope you did too. Thank you very much for watching. Even though at this moment I got up to episode 200th in season 20, I still have a lot of more artwork to show you. Not from the Sergio Show. As of this recording, season 21 and 22 are done, but season 23 is still working on. But I have a special sketchbook for production art for the show, but I didn't do it by season this time. I'm just doing it until the sketchbook is full. Once the sketchbook is full, I'm going to give you a nice like art look through that, but it's not full yet as of this recording. So what I'm going to show you as of this moment for maybe the next video, ultimately will be the artwork through the Sergio Studios cartoons. Cartoons that I've made that aren't the Sergio Show, maybe Sergio Show related since this takes place in the Sergio Studios universe. So, artwork from my cartoons that aren't the Sergio Show in the next video. So, I hope you look forward to that. Again, thank you very much for watching. Comments down below. Like and subscribe. Follow me on so many social medias or whatever. And have a good time. Stay safe out there. Thank you very much. I'm Sergio Dominguez, saying, have an animated day.